Well, we went through some transition a little bit over the winter time and sort of changed our thought processes around a little bit, trying to work to get a little bit mentally tougher. And as a result, we've seen a lot of improvements on the golf course as far as the way the guys are handling themselves and emotions and attitudes and things, and they look a lot better. And gradually, we're seeing improved performance. Every tournament this fall, we've gotten better. We finished 8th in the first one, then 6th and 5th and 3rd in the last one here. So they look better, they're feeling better, they know they're getting better. So we're really excited for these last two opportunities. How's it helped? No question that there was a need. We were on the golf course last fall and just looking, just completely lost out there when things, knowing that we were better physically than we were performing. And everybody was really getting frustrated, and I was trying to work as best I could, but I guess maybe I just knew enough to be dangerous. But talked to Norwood and told him, I said, we really need to get our team on the same, at least elementary level of sports psychology, or at least psychology on the golf course. And brought in Dr. Bob Winters. And it's turned out to be so much more than just an elementary level, and I know we've gone way beyond what the original thought would be, and that's a great thing. He is awesome. He works, all the guys have his telephone numbers. He came in and worked with us as a group, and then came in and worked with us out on the golf course, which was huge after getting the foundation laid. And then putting it into play on the golf course was a little bit tougher than we thought it would be. But it is working. There's no question. We're definitely tougher. We are playing better golf. The guys are able to handle adversity a lot better on the golf course than they were before. And I got to tell you, man, when it comes to golf, you've got so many different things with the elements and the competition and bad breaks and bad swings that there's so much to overcome, way too much time to think. And a lot of sports, I think you probably get to react a little more. We never get to react unless it's just to a bad shot, I think, is about the way it works out. But so I think it's working very well. I know we got talent. Our 3 sophomores, Rafa Compos, Vincent Nadeau, and Lonto Griffin. I think it's got to be one of the better sophomore classes in the country. Vincent is leading the way, transfer from Purdue for us last year. Rafa's right there. Rafa makes the cut in a PGA Tour event. But we even played a tournament at Pinehurst without Rafa. We finished 5th, and I think that was the first sign that, hey, some of the guys were even worried about playing in a tournament without Rafa. What's going to happen? Well, you know what? We performed pretty well. Matt Brookbanks, he stepped into the lineup for us, and the guys hung very tough. And the conditions were really tough, and that was the first time we could really see that, hey, this is really working. Well, to the best of my knowledge, he's the only player ever to play in a PGA Tour event while still enrolled at VCU and playing on the golf team, and that's phenomenal. Of course, John Rollins has been out there for a long time. Now, we've had several other players get to play in an event, but never while they were still enrolled. Here he's a sophomore. We discovered when we went to Puerto Rico for our tournament, he knows everybody that has anything to do with golf in Puerto Rico. But he earned the exemption through the Puerto Rican Golf Association. And he has a world of talent. He really does. And his game is growing. He's got to get a little better with the putter, I think. But he really felt very comfortable out there. I think the best statistic that came out of that was in 2 days, the first 2 days of the tournament, he only made 3 bogeys. And offset that with only 3 birdies, unfortunately. So he was even par, which was good enough to make the cut. But as far as controlling himself mentally and emotionally and handling the situation with huge crowds, he had some of the biggest galleries around him because he's so well known in Puerto Rico. But he handled all of that extremely well and really felt very comfortable, said he was nervous on the first tee, and after that it was really no problem. So I don't think, he's won a college tournament here already as a freshman. I don't think there's any question that mentally he can handle all of that. Just got to get his putter working a little bit better, more consistently. He's a streaky putter. And streaky good sometimes, but streaky bad sometimes. Well, there's no question we're moving in the right direction, and we've been talking about, and the team keeps telling me, Coach, we're getting better. We're getting better after every tournament. We're moving in the right direction, 8th, 6th, 5th, 3rd. getting ourselves, in the top 2 or 3 places coming into the final round of tournaments. But we're still closing pretty soft, and kind of just shooting a decent round relative to the field, and having to take a wait and see attitude to see what the other teams around us are doing. Are they playing good and going to beat us, or are they playing bad, or are we going to hang on? And what we need to do is go take what we want. We're in position now where we can be in contention. Now we've got to go out there and grab it by the horns and take it. That it's there for the taking, it's available to us, and we just got to get the mindset for 18 holes that we need to do that, and not forget that even if we get off to a rough start, it's still not over. The other teams get off to rough starts or have rough streaks within the 18-hole round of golf. You're out there for 5 hours. Nobody's going to be perfect the whole time. So handling that and realizing that 1 or 2 bad shots is not the end of the day, but going out there and just grabbing hold and taking what we want, and that's the trophy at the end.